So let's start this class talking a bit about what is color. Color is basically light. And if we see different colors, it's because there are different wavelengths, and each length produces a color. Color is way more complicated and scientific than this, but for this class, it's more than enough. Maybe in the future, if we have color classes, we'll explain that a bit more deeply. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have seen hundreds of color wheels, but some of you might have not. And anyhow, it's always good to refresh once in a while. So we have the primary colors, yellow, red, and blue. They are considered primaries because you cannot get them from any mix. We could say that they are pure colors. Now, when you mix equally two of these colors, you get secondary colors, that they are orange, green, and purple. And once again, making different combinations and playing around with the proportions, you can get a nice range of colors. Finally, if you mix the three primary colors, you get this brownish color, not very pretty in my opinion. And this is just another color wheel model. You can get lots of different types of wheels. Now, something that you also need to know is of the existence of cold and warm colors. This distinction is based on perception. In cold colors, we have blues, purples, and greens. This color reminds us to the night, snow, or foggy landscapes. And then we have warm colors, mainly reds and yellows, that takes us to the desert, fire, or the sun. But color is relative. As you see here, we have two images. These are light studies I made of a landscape I saw around Melilla. Here we have this first image that is mainly greens and blues, as we said before. It also has a little bit of brown, but the main colors are cold. And actually it takes us to a warm feeling, like a day in the summer or something like that. On the other hand, this second image, it's all different shades of yellows and browns. And in my opinion, it's kind of a cool image. I remember I painted this while sailing really early in the morning, and it wasn't really cold because it was summer, but the sensation was like mysterious and foggy thingy around. I don't know, it was kind of impressive, but I'm not here to talk about my vacations. So let's keep going. So as I said, color is relative. Depending on how you use it and where you use it, you can get a sensation or another. So what I come to say with all of this is that you can combine colors depending on your needs. But if one day you're feeling lost and don't know where to go, artistically I mean, you can always pull from color harmonies. Color harmonies are the way that colors relate each other inside the color wheel. These are three basic combinations, but you can find a lot more. This is just a little sample. First we have the Triad. The Triad is composed by three colors that relate in a triangular shape. In this case, I've used the three primary colors for one and the three secondaries for the other. Now, probably the most popular harmony is the complementary, that uses two colors that are completely opposite inside the wheel. We could say they're antipodians. I use this combination a lot when I'm shading. It gives a lot of depth. And finally, we have the analog or monochrome. This one takes colors that are close to each other inside the color wheel. And see in these images how the same drawing changes completely depending on the way you combine. Both are blue bands, but they are widely different. So as I said, don't be afraid because there are no wrong combinations and no wrong colors. You just have to know where and when to use them inside your images. You have to think about what you want to tell the audience, what you want them to feel, and take them with color. Color is a very useful and powerful tool, but it's also a bit complicated to understand and to work with. So you just have to go out there in the streets and see color, observe. Everything around us is colorful. So try out different combinations and explore different palettes inside the same drawing as we did here with the band or with the previous landscapes, to see how amazing results you can get and how far you can push color. So This has been our little introduction to color of this lesson. Let's go to the next video where we will talk a bit about perspective.